Hello, and in today's video I just want to take a brief time out from the iOS development videos. There's been a lot of those recently, and I know, at least in terms of the videos, a lot of you maybe aren't as interested in that. So some big news happened yesterday in the tech community, and specifically in terms of Apple. They unexpectedly, and without much fanfare actually, released new MacBook Pros, and that was unexpected because we usually expect to see them later on in the later months of the year to coincide with the release of iOS and macOS Mojave. But we saw them yesterday, and there were some interesting new announcements to talk about. Interesting to me specifically because I'm going to be investing in one of these machines, and it really is an investment because they're pricey. The top of the line spec'd out model runs just under £6,000, I think, so they're not cheap. I'm certainly not going for that model, but I figured I've had this current MacBook Pro that I'm recording on right now since late 2013, so I figured it was time for an upgrade, and seeing as I'm going to be embarking on software development as a career, it seems like a good time to invest in one. So I'm going to leave it a few weeks for supply chain issues to get worked out, and then I'm going to order one. Anyway, so what are the new things to talk about with this MacBook Pro? Well, unfortunately, on the top end models, we've still got the irritating touch bar design, and particularly the escape key in the touch bar, which has been a thing that's been much maligned by pro users who really like the feel of a tactile physical keyboard. From what I've read, the touch bar often locks up, it often stops freezing, and for people that are keyboard warriors and always using keyboard shortcuts, the responsiveness of the escape key and being able to feel a physical key is really important. So unfortunately that's still here. We've still got a 720p video camera, which Two Straws on Twitter, Paul Hudson, the guy from Hacking with Swift, was quite rightly said, what Apple's still doing with a 720p camera on a 2018 Pro laptop, but that's here. In terms of the good stuff, what we've got that's good to offer, you can upgrade from the standard 512MB SSD to a gargantuan 4TB single SSD, which actually runs several £1,000, which for storage space is just ridiculous. But if you need it, it's there. There's also a CPU which I think turbo boosts to 4.3 GHz, which in notebook specs is just insane what we've come to. You can get it with up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, and the key thing is the top of the line chips before were I forget what Intel's name for them was, but they were 7th generation Intel core chips. Or you can now get the next generation 6 cores maximum, up from 4 cores. Now the 13-inch you can get 4 cores, but on the 15-inch you can get up to 6 cores. With and the key thing, an i9 processor, not just an i7 but an i9, and Apple are boasting kind of 2x speed improvements in a lot of areas. Unfortunately, we still don't have MagSafe, which is one of Steve Jobs' great innovations. I think that died a very sad death, and I know USB-C is the future, but we've still not seen that many sort of low-end peripherals that can take full advantage of USB-C, and we're still living in a dongle world where the MacBook Pro is concerned. If someone can correct me on this, because I'm interested in this from a user perspective too, but I've heard that the keyboard, the kind of butterfly style keyboard, is exactly the same, and there's been some kind of quality issues with that, issues we'll get in this service. So from a personal point of view, I'd be interested to hear if anyone knows anything about that. So the big things are 6 core and up to 32 gigs of RAM, and it's higher clock RAM, and it can also support up to two 5K displays, which gives a lot of room for productivity, and that 4 terabyte storage drive. When I do order my MacBook Pro, which I haven't done yet, I'm not going to invest in that because I think that's just ridiculous. What I'm going to do, and because I will need more storage in the future, is I think I'm going to go for the 2 terabyte SSD, which is still double the size of what I've got now, and then get some external storage as needed, as kind of if and when I need it. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the new MacBook Pros, kind of released on the 12th of July 2018. By the way, no new design. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts? Leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next video, which is likely to be a programming video. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye bye.